Okay, so today I'm going to be playing in the Bourrasque tank. Now, this tank's been around for about a year now, and I felt like it's had a bit of time to mature when it comes to the matchmaking. People can get used to it, and the general mess around playing them has been set. Now, in my opinion, at the start of a battle, you would normally really want to look at what tanks are on the enemy team and what tanks are on your own to decide your next move, or your move at the start of the game anyway. But I find in this tank, it doesn't really matter too much. It's just a really good all-rounder. It's hard to tell whether this is a medium tank, a light tank, or even a tank destroyer. It has decent enough mobility, but you'll see as I come up this hill, it does struggle to turn at speed. And anyway, it just turns really slowly. If you look at its actual components here, it's got the turrets of the EBR 105. It does actually have the same gun, but it's been down-tiered and turned into a 2-round autoloader. So you get 2 rounds in a clip. Each round has 360 alpha and 190 millimeters of pan. Now it takes about 20 seconds to load the clip, which actually isn't bad for 720 alpha. But the advantage of having this big alpha 2-round clip is that even if you miss the first shot, you're still going to do 360 damage. And I usually find tanks with this kind of alpha, they tend to high roll quite a bit. So you can expect 400 rolls quite commonly. Now the gun handling isn't the best. You can tell that just by looking at my bloom at the moment. But it is what it is, and you'll learn to work with it. Now my position on this map, where I'm sitting right now, is actually a really important one. So you do want to hang back a little bit sometimes, because people will start shooting at the tanks up here. But normally they've got enough of an angle that they're not going to hit where I'm sitting here. Now people usually have trouble using tanks without gun depression up here. But if you come into this little spot, you can not only go into the bushes, but you can also use... You don't need that much gun depression to work it, so that's a bit of a... it's just a really good spot for tanks. Just sitting there, you just have to be aware of a sensor. If they start shooting at you, you're going to get caught out, just like it did just before by that Centurion 1. Okay, so the team's actually started to get a bit brave up here, which is actually not a good thing for them. So I'm just going to start slowly milking away. Just look at that alpha damage, just 650 damage in, 2 seconds. You almost always have enough time to put that second shot in. And since it's not a, it's not like a 3 or 4 round clip, you're not going to be compelled to sit there for too long. You just get the damage out and you get safe. There we go. People don't even have time to aim at me. I just put the shot in and move back. Now, back to the game situation at the moment. So we've just had the T-54 Mod 1 push into us and the Skoda. Both have perished rather quickly. There is still a Type 59 over the hill here that he has spotted at the moment. Now he's actually got his sight up here. Now you see I missed the first shot, but the second shot goes in, so I've still done almost 400 damage, even though I missed a shot. So it's like these 2-round clips are like a second chance load, It's just as effective in the EBR 75, which is the premium EBR at tier 8, and I just think they're actually a really powerful form of autoloader. Now, this guy keeps faking up a bit too much. So I'm not complaining, I'll just finish him off. Once he's finished off, I'm going to feel a bit safer moving up. Hopefully the artillery will finish off that Type 59. Now it looks like the Centurion Mark 1 is moving up, so I'm going to get in position for some shots. I'm still loading, I've got about 3 or 4 seconds left. He goes behind this building, but there should be a gap here for me to shoot to. Now we actually managed to track him, get ourselves some assistance, and it looks like someone finished off the Type 59 for us, so I'm going to push up to these bushes up ahead. Now this map is very similar to another map. I can't remember what the other map's called, but it's got that weird American music where the first side to push normally loses. You have to wait till the people on the other side are dead before you push, otherwise you're just suiciding. Now I'm fairly confident that there's actually no other tanks sitting back here. If there were, they would have to be really campy players, because they wouldn't have gotten any action here this game, because we weren't pushing and letting ourselves get farmed. Now, since I'm so confident that it's clear, I'm going to come up over this ridge and hopefully I can find the artillery. If not, I do want to put shots into the 7032, so then my Tiger 2 and other tanks can feel safer coming into the middle. And then we've taken control of these three sides, and we can slowly start closing in on the remaining tanks. I missed the first shot, but again, we have a second chance, and we can shoot again. Now, in my opinion, the gun dispersion doesn't actually go up too much when you fire a shot in this tank, so the second shot is actually a lot more accurate than it would be on a lot of other tanks. I do get spotted there, and I wait a little bit before I pop over, but I want to get up to these bushes and hopefully I can spot people. Now, I don't think that was actually us who spotted them. Yeah, no, we're not getting any assistance. I'm going to put shots into them anyway, obviously. I am spotted. It looks like we're actually getting spotting on that 7032. Not a lot, so someone else is obviously doing a good job as well. Once I'm unspotted, I'm going to want to head in. I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to be focused elsewhere, the tanks that are in there. And honestly, we've got a lot of tanks that are just sitting there waiting for a shot on our team, which is a good thing to keep note of if you're scouting. So, and you know, at least, you know, your death will be avenged in some form. Now, most of our damage this game has actually been done, but we should be able to rack up a lot of assistance right now if we spot out these camping tank destroyers and the 7032. So I'm just going to go in. There's the 7032. I'm trying to get low enough that he can't shoot me. They don't have the best gun depression. Now, oof, we get slapped by him, but that does compromise him. So he gets finished off as well. I'm going to come up here. I kind of want to get safe from that Panzer. There's the other ISU. He's going to get... He should get finished off. There we go. And I'm fairly confident that the rest of the team is down in this... No, the B2 corner, you know. Okay, Panzer is actually watching us. I'm going to get behind these bushes. I don't know exactly how far into the bushes he is, or if I was just still spotted at the time. Okay, there's the UDs. He would have been spotting me then. They have pretty good camo, so I'm not surprised I didn't see him. But he does make the mistake of shooting at us, which then compromises him as well. If you think about it, you know, what else can they do? Now we spot the 40 ton, put a shot into him. Can't see the other side of to do something there. And the UDs is left. Okay, and that is game. Now that was actually a really nice game, and it was probably a perfect situation for this tank. So I do have another replay to put into this video, so I'll put that in after this. Again, this zero line, don't be too aggressive on it. Never be the proactive one, let the enemy make the mistakes first. Otherwise, you know, you'll be making a mistake and you'll die, obviously. We didn't actually have a huge amount of support on hill. We did have some nice support from the centre shooting across, so that did help quite a bit. And yeah, that just allowed us to win the side. They weren't very strong on that side anyway. And towards the end of the game, our play to actually spot out all of these tanks probably saved our own team quite a lot of hit points. So yeah, that's good. Anyway, we'll go on to the next replay. So that's good, but it'll give a different perspective on, you know, how versatile this tank actually is. So I'll see you there. Okay, so this is our second match. Now, we are in bottom tier this match, just to show you how it doesn't really matter what tier you're in this tank. If you're top tier, you're overpowered. If you're bottom tier, you can do still the same thing. It doesn't really matter. Now, even with the 190 pen on this standard rounds on this tank, you know, it's like a light tank. You make it work, right? So yeah, One thing that I didn't mention in the previous replay was this thing's camo. Now I believe it's got about 25 to 30% camo on the move, and then that goes all the way up to like, maybe it's like 20% camo on the move, and like more like 30 to 40% stationary, which is insane. You know, you might as well just be a light tank, but with more firepower, more health, you know, just everything, right? So anyway, I'm going to make it up to this position. Now this is actually an extremely balanced position on this map, so you have to be the better player when you're up here. Again, it all comes down to patience. So we go to this bush here. Now, they will be forming up on that bush there as well. So we're just going to sit here, and if they start pulling back, there we go, I'm going to track them. That means that our team can finish them off. Now, always fall back when you after taking a shot. There was, you know, that 3-second delay on having 6 cents go off when one of the enemies spots you. So just don't, you know, just play it safe. Again, it's all down to being patient. Another one of those patience positions, which are on quite a few maps. Now we've managed to actually finish off the AMX 1390 for our team, and it's just a waiting game at this point. Okay, T54 mod 1. I'm going to put a shot in, I believe, since he's falling back. I'll fall back again. Okay, and this is exactly why you just fall back every time you take a shot, right? So they're going to have TDs and all sorts right up here on the map, just sitting there staring at this spot, because they know that there's going to be someone there. A good practice is to, like, you know, pull up at a different spot along this bush. So like, I'll wait till I zoom out again. There we go. So, you know, so here, just make it random, then they don't start blind shotting at the same spot again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to advertise a little bit for my clan here. So we are looking to rebuild. So we've actually had a bit of an issue recently. Our current commander hasn't actually been able to get on much recently. This is purely because of, you know, real life issues. It's nothing we can do about it. But we are just looking to get more active people again. The clan is next gen. You can see that on the left side there. Just say that Renal sent you, you know, they'll know. So yeah, just feel free if you want. We are on the North American server, so keep that in mind when you decide to search us up. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. So it's a bit of a quiet spot at the moment. We've got a T54 lightweight and a M46 Patton right next to us, and obviously we have a few tanks sitting in the tank destroyer spot right here, of which only one of them is a tank destroyer, but that's, you know, it's not too bad. You can go there with any tank basically. Though if you were heavy, I would be questioning your motives if you came to field. Okay, so it looks like in city we're actually losing. Now I did consider going over to help out, but it's probably, I probably wouldn't be able to help out too much. Okay, there's a lightweight in the middle, LT, or T2. I believe no, we don't track him. Now we don't actually get spotted there, surprisingly. I didn't pull back, which is a bad play on my part. I wouldn't have lost or gained anything by pulling back, so there was no reason I didn't have to, but there we go. Now, yeah. No, I don't want to move. Now at this point, a lot of players will be getting restless. They'll be like, oh, you know, I'll just rush forward. But you'll probably find as soon as you rush forward down to here, there's going to be all these tanks that you light up, and they'll all start shooting at you, and you'll be finished off within a few shots, you know. This may be a medium tank, but it's only 1200 health, right? So, oh look, so someone's actually pushing forward their AMX's hull there. Okay, there's a T28 prototype is spotted again. But you got to go for a shot here. Looks like I can hit to his... No? Yep. There we go. Now, there's this weird thing in all the tanks where the accurate guns tend to hit towards the outside of their aiming circle, and the inaccurate ones tend to hit more towards the middle. So I know people often complain about, you know, oh, it's a their dispersion and all that, but as long as you aim, you'll probably be fine, you know. Okay, so that T-54 lightweight's there. I really need him to disappear or die before I move. As soon as that happens, I'll be happy to move up. Okay, I'm just gonna put shots in. I tried to track him there, but it didn't work. It didn't happen. So we'll just take the big old slab of 750 helps damage and keep it for ourselves. Okay, the TVP has made a mistake there and got caught out. I'm just gonna move up since the lightweight is gone. And hopefully we can get some shots in this 46 pattern. It looks like our T49 is going to distract him a bit, so I'm going to use that to my own advantage. Always going for the rear shot. Yeah. Okay, he's actually turning around. He shouldn't even be focusing that T49 at the moment. He knows that the guy has the big gun, so the guy is going to have the really long 20-second reload. So his better bet would be to, you know, focus on the tanks coming down, and he probably would have survived more as well. Now, I go into this bush, waiting for the TVP to come up. Hopefully I can get a shot on him. In City, it looks like a 705 is actually doing pretty well for himself. He's managed to finish off the remaining tanks that didn't get slaughtered along this line by our tank destroyers over here. And he's currently facing off against the higher tier T49. Okay, the TVP comes up like I expected. We missed the first shot, but we have that second chance with the second shot. And again, a nice high roll. Like, I can't see a single low roll here, right? It just high rolls all the time. These 360 alpha guns. Now, 705 needs help, so I'm actually going to come over now. I'm feeling more confident pushing into a bunch of tier 10 heavies. But I believe he manages to finish him off before I even get there. So good for him. You know, he actually had a really good game. I did keep an eye out for him. If he actually survives there purely by RNG, he should have died there, but anyway. Pause it. Anyway, again, awesome battle, and also remember patience. It doesn't help. I mean, I know if you're a heavy tank player, a lot of players are heavy tankers. The patience is different. You just sort of pick opportunities. But then when it comes to sort of light tank and medium tank plays, the patience game is a little bit more long-winded, but then you've also got to switch between that and taking action as fast as you can, which is what makes light tank such a hard class to play, because it's just trying to pick those moments, right? And that counts towards this tank because it is kind of a light tank, and you can also take up and play as a TD, obviously a bit more closer up. You have the mobility, the health, everything. It's just an incredible all-round tank. I don't know when they're going to be on sale again. So I wouldn't be surprised if Wargaming said, you know, we're never going to be selling these again, a bit like the Defender, and then they go ahead and sell the Defender every year, like every other tank they said they wouldn't sell. So I really highly recommend picking one up. They are one of the best, I believe they're actually one of the best tanks when it comes to win rates as well at the moment, in tier 8 anyway, for mediums. So yeah, if on average everyone else is doing well, you can guarantee that you're going to do well. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the video. Again, consider coming to the clan. I you know, just say I sent you. We're not a competitive clan, we are just a friendly clan. We don't have any requirements when it comes to skill. Even if you're a brand new player, just come in. It's okay, we'll just build you up. And make sure you're able to come into voice chat. That's probably the main prerequisite. Other than that, just I'll hopefully see you there. Yeah, thanks for watching.